Hey there, I'm back again and I'm going to show you how to do this stitch, and it's called the pineapple stitch. As you can see, this is the pineapple with a crown on top of it. It's a very puffy stitch. So this is what I'm going to show you how to crochet this. So the base of your work has to be a multiple of 4 and then plus 1 and then plus 1. So I'm going to do 12 chains, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So this is a multiple of 4 and then plus 1 and then again plus 1. And then we have to do single crochets on the first row. So skip the first chain and then in the second we'll do a single crochet, and then in every other stitch a single crochet. That means that in my case I have 13 single crochet when I am back at the beginning. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So this is your first row of single crochet, and then we are going to do chain 1 and then do single crochet again for the second row, and also for the third row we do single crochet. So don't forget the first stitch, single crochet, second stitch, single crochet, and do a single crochet until we're back to the end. And again I have to have 13 single crochet. Gonna speed it up a bit, and then for the third row we do single crochet also. Okay, so this is row 2 of single crochet, and then again chain 1, turn your work, and then single crochet until we are at the end of the row. And then I'm going to show you how to do the pineapple stitch. So always count your stitches when you're crocheting. If your work is a bit bigger than what I'm doing, always be sure you have enough stitches when you do the single crochet. Okay, so for the fourth row we're going to do chain 1, turn your work, and in the first stitch you do a single crochet, and in the second stitch a single crochet. And now we are going to do the pineapple stitch. We do we put our needle in 3 rows lower. So this is your first row from above, your second row and your third row, and then just pull up your work a bit apart so you can see where you have to put your needle into. So this is your first stitch, your second stitch, and then in the third stitch we're gonna put our hook or our needle. So yarn over, put your needle into this stitch and pull up your thread, yarn over and pull through 2, and then again yarn over into the same stitch 3 rows below, pull up your yarn, again yarn over and pull through 2. So now we have 3 loops on your hook, and we're gonna do this until we have 7 loops on your hook. So yarn over into the same stitch, pull up your thread, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're gonna do that 3 more times. So now we have 5, this is going to be 6, and then the last one, all into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 7 of the stitches, and then just slightly pull your work to the side, and into this stitch you're going to do a single crochet, and in the next 2 stitches 1 single crochet, and then again the pineapple stitch. So we count from this stitch, from 3 rows down, we skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and into the next we're gonna do the pineapple stitch. So yarn over, down into this stitch, pull your yarn up, yarn over, pull through 2, again yarn over into this stitch, pull your yarn up, yarn over and pull through 2. Go ahead until you have 7 hooks, 7 loops on your hook. That makes the puffy stitch on the front. So the pineapple stitch is worked on the back of your work, so that in the front there will be your pineapple. Okay, now I have 7 loops on my hook, and I yarn over, pull through all the loops, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, and the next 1 single crochet, and in the next 1 single crochet. So at the beginning of your row you'll always do 2 single crochets and then a pineapple stitch, and in between all the pineapple stitches you do 3 single crochets, and at the end you'll always do 2 single crochets. So now we have left with 3 stitches. So count from here, from your last pineapple stitch, 1, 2, 3 stitches you'll be skipping, and into the next stitch you'll do the pineapple stitch. So yarn over into this stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the stitch, pull your yarn up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn up, pull your yarn up, yarn over and pull through 2. I need some more yarn. This is a stitch which needs a lot of yarn, so be aware of that when you want to do your project. I hope I explain this in English okay, because sometimes it's hard to explain all the stitches in English when I am used to doing it in Dutch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. Then we have 2 stitches left. So 1 single crochet in the one and 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so chain 1, turn your work, and this is your first pineapple row. Now we're going to do 3 rows of single crochet. Make sure you have the same number of single crochets as you had in the first 3 rows. So for my work it is 13 single crochet. So in the first 1 single crochet, in the second, that is a bit bigger because of your pineapple stitch, 1 single crochet, and in the next that's also a bit bigger because you close the pineapple stitch, 1 single crochet. So that's 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and don't forget about this one, 10, 11, 12, and 13. and then chain 1, turn your work, and then 2 more rows of single crochet. I'm having a fight with my yarn. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. So this is 13 single crochet along this row. You always need to have 3 rows of single crochet so you can do the pineapple stitch in the 4th row, because you need to put your hook in 3 rows below to make your pineapple stitch. Okay, so this is my 2nd row of single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, and again single crochet along this row. So this would be my row 3 of single crochets, and that's all you need to repeat for the next rows you are making for your project. Always 3 rows of single crochet and then 1 row of pineapple stitch. Okay, so this is my 3rd row of single crochet. You can see here this is a pineapple, and then chain 1, turn your work, and at the back of your work you're going to do the pineapple stitch. In the first stitch do a single crochet, in the 2nd stitch you'll do a single crochet, and then in the 3rd stitch, but 3 rows below, you're going to do do the pineapple stitch. So this is your 1, 2, 3 rows below, and over here skip 1, 2 stitches at the beginning. So in this stitch we're going to do this the pineapple stitch. Yarn over into this stitch, pull up a yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 5. Oh, there goes my thread. Now we have 5 loops on the hook, and we need to have 7. So we'll do this 2 more times. Yarn over into the same stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and then 1 last time, yarn over into the stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hooks on the loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7. Okay, so in the next stitch we're gonna do, let's see, you have to put your pineapple stitch a little bit back. So in this stitch you're gonna do a single crochet, in the next stitch a single crochet, and in the next stitch a single crochet. And then I always count from the last pineapple stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then in the 4th stitch we'll do the pineapple stitch. Yarn over into this stitch, pull up your yarn, make sure it isn't too tight. So if I do it like this, then my work will be a little bit too tight, and a pineapple stitch won't be as nice as it is when you are pulling your yarn up to the same height of this loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then again we're gonna repeat that until we have 7 hoops on the hook. If I'm going too fast, just make sure you pause this video, or you can you can in YouTube you can put on the wheel, so you can slow down the video a bit. 2, 4, 6, 7. So yarn over, pull through all 7, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, in the next stitch a single crochet, and in the next stitch a single crochet. So I'm left with 3 stitches, because we are going to do in this stitch, but then 3 rows below we're going to do the pineapple stitch, and at the end we are left with 2 single crochets. So from this pineapple stitch I'm counting 1, 2, 3 that we are skipping, and in the 4th we are going to do the pineapple stitch. And this is all to it to make the pineapples. So there's always 3 rows of single crochet and 1 row of pineapple stitch. When you first do this stitch it may be a bit difficult, 2, 4, 6, 7, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy to make. It's all about repeating rows 1 until 4. Okay, so I'm leaving it to here. So this is your row of pineapple stitches at the back. Always do a 1 chain to turn your work. And this is how you're gonna crochet the pineapple stitch. I hope I'll explain it a little bit okay for you, so you could follow me how to do this stitch. Also look at how I'm doing it and not always listen to what I'm saying, because sometimes I'm a bit confused about how to explain the stitches, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So okay, this is the pineapple stitch. I hope you'll learn something from it and you can do something with it, and I hope to be back soon with another stitch. Bye bye!